So I did a thing and I made cookies out of Trader Joe's Ube Mochi pancake mix.
Oh my god, that is delicious.
Here's how that happened.
How to make cookies using Trader Joe's Ube Mochi pancake mix. Cream half a cup of brown sugar.
Hey y'all, I'm Em, and I'm really craving ube right now. Unfortunately, it's difficult for me to get my hands on some Asian goods, considering the circumstances. But I heard Trader Joe's just launched Ube Mochi pancake mix. So I figured let's try something out. Disclaimer, I'm not a professional chef or baker, but I did earn a degree concentration that required multiple user studies and research experiments, so I think I can figure this out. Anyways, let's get to it.
First, I started with some research.
So after 30 minutes of going through different YouTube videos and going down holes of Hood Bakery, Levain cookies, what even is a cookie, what is the perfect cookie, I decided to list out 3 different recipes of what I was trying to emulate, I guess. Basically, I was envisioning this perfect cookie that had the look and feel of a Levain cookie, but the cakiness and texture of a nice ube Hood Bakery cookie, all from this ube mochi pancake mix that I was gonna get at Trader Joe's. It's a goal. Will I get there? Maybe. We shall see. This recipe right here is an ube cookie recipe I got from Kawaling, Pinoy. This recipe right here I got from Joshua Weissman's Levain cookie knockoff, and this is the TikTok recipe that I found for the ube mochi pancake mix cookies. So in all of this research, I realized that I'm sure professional bakers have already figured out that baking is a science. If you don't get certain proportions or ratios right, your cookie could be a hot steaming mess. Will my cookie be a hot steaming mess? Hopefully not. I looked at Joshua Weissman's Levain cookie recipe and found the ratios that he used for dry ingredients to sugar, dry ingredients to butter, and dry ingredients to egg, and then transferred them over to what ended up being my final recipe. Did I spend 4 years learning math to have to use a calculator to divide 3.5 by 3 3/4? Absolutely. So I finally decided on this one recipe that came together with a culmination of all the different recipes and research that I did, and I guess it's time to get my ingredients and start baking.
First, we're going to start with the ube mochi pancake mix and then move on to a pinch of salt and 1 tablespoon of baking powder to give it a nice lift. Next, we're going to whisk all of it up to make sure everything's evenly distributed. We're going to let those dry ingredients vibe out on the side, then move on to our wet ingredients. First, we're going to start with 3/4-ish cups of unsalted butter and add to that 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. The coconut oil gives it like a makapuno, traditional Filipino taste. I used about a 1 to 1/3 dry ingredient to butter ratio to see if I can achieve a more crispier cookie than what I saw in the TikTok video. Next, I used a 1 to 1/2 ratio dry ingredients to sugar with 3/4 a cup of brown sugar and 1/4 a cup of granulated white sugar. Usually you use more brown sugar to give a cookie that chewy texture, but because there's mochi in this, I wasn't sure how this would all work out. Next, I'm going to blend the butter and the sugar together to make sure that's all well incorporated, as well as introduce some air into our mixture. Then you finish off the wet ingredients by adding in 2 eggs. And now we reintroduce the dry ingredients and slowly fold in everything together. Make sure you mix your cookie batter until just combined and try not to overmix it. Overmixing can cause a tougher cookie and we don't want that. So we're done adding ingredients to your batter, but you have one last very important step if you want a nice tall Levain cookie, and that is to let your batter vibe out. Let it chill. I let mine chill for like 45 minutes, but you can let it go overnight, honestly. After 45 minutes in the fridge, I took out my batter and started forming them into cookie dough balls. They should be about 6 ounces, like maybe the size of a golf ball. I really guesstimated, but they turned out pretty well. I made about 4 here. I popped the formed cookie dough balls into the fridge for about 15 minutes before popping them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. And here are the results. I cannot stress how good this cookie was. It definitely wasn't as tall as I wanted it to be, but it still achieved that nice crunchy, crispy outer texture while retaining the nice moist and chewy inside. I ate my cookies with some ube ice cream, and honestly, it was such a good idea.
Hello.
Hi, Nye. Nye, the cookies taste so good.
I know, I can tell.
Yeah? Yes, the best way to enjoy good food is with good company, like my mom. I'm really happy with how this recipe turned out, but more importantly, I'm happy to see my cultural cuisine represented in a major grocery store like this. Growing up as a first-generation American can be rough, but food has always been a pillar in my journey towards connecting with my roots. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit a thumbs up if you did. So, see y'all next time, and thanks for watching.